Welcome to In the Papers with Pullman Hotels, partners of all your travels.
And for that, I'm joined now by James Creedon. James, thanks for joining us this morning.
Good morning, Lorna. So we're going to start off with the front page of the International Herald Tribune, and their headline is "Out of Baghdad and into the crux of the Middle East." So they're looking, I suppose, at the pullout from Iraq. Their editorial is on that, but it's specifically about the beginning of those talks between Palestinians and Israelis in Washington. And actually, they seem to be quite upbeat, in particular about Benjamin Netanyahu, a notorious right-winger. And so the article more or less says that only such a hawkish leader as Netanyahu can produce a lasting peace. Why is that? Because only such a leader can bring his people with him. And indeed, they interview some people who are normally leftist voters in Israel, but voted for Netanyahu because they think while the left wants peace, they can't really achieve it. The right doesn't really want it, but it can actually bring it along. So they point to other positive, I suppose, signs or indicators. The fact that Netanyahu has set just 1 year as the time frame for talks. Also, the fact that he has said he intends to confound his critics, and most importantly, the fact that his main priority is preventing Iran from getting a nuclear weapon. Now, for that, he needs to keep the US and European powers on side if Israel, in fact, decides to go in and strike Iran. So if they want this sort of support, basically a deal needs to be struck with the Palestinians. So it's quite a positive, perhaps not so positive when you as regards relations with Iran, but positive in terms of a deal with the Palestinians. Now, if we have a look at the front page of the Jerusalem Post, obviously, they're talking about this as well, and they take a quote from Netanyahu last night after he spoke with Obama. Israel wants durable peace, not interludes between conflicts. Also, on the front page, they have the burial of some of those victims of Tuesday's killings by Hamas of 4 settlers. And on the front page, they also say in an analysis piece that without quashing terror, peace looks like mission impossible. So obviously, that is very much to the forefront of the discussions and of the analysis. The fact that that Hamas, I suppose, attack came at the time of these talks. Now, we'll move to Haaretz, which is more of a left-leaning daily, also very upbeat, in fact, even though many people are saying that there isn't much reason to be upbeat about these talks because they're so opposed on such key issues. On Abbas, on Mahmoud Abbas, the Haaretz says that he's a partner for peace. If you look at the West Bank, it is at its most peaceful place, I suppose, since 1967. Law and order is in place. And
those are the words, I think, that Netanyahu used, in fact, yesterday.
Indeed. So it looks like Abbas is seen by many as a very good partner for peace, and but they say Netanyahu must understand the price of the end of the conflict, and that is giving Abbas the Temple Mount. Jerusalem, it's all going to come down to Jerusalem, basically. And indeed, there's another article in Haaretz where Ehud Barak, the defense minister, said that Israel is ready to cede parts of Jerusalem, and that would include a special regime for managing the city's holiest sites. That's in the old city where you've got the Al-Aqsa Mosque sitting above the city and sharing, I suppose, a rampart or a wall with the Wailing Wall. So certainly it's going to come down to that, it seems. Now, we'll move on to the British papers and the front pages. Tony Blair, he's all over the papers this morning.
Topic.
Hot topic indeed, because his book, A Journey, not The Journey. It was actually called The Journey, but they changed the name to A Journey because they thought it was a little bit less arrogant. And so basically, the knives are out within Labour now because of all of the criticism in the book of Brown. He said that he has zero emotional intelligence. Blair said that of Brown. He also said that he was not psychologically wired for the rigours of office. So that and many other details in that book. Also, it looks like he supported a possible bid by David Miliband for the leadership of the party in 2007. David Miliband is not at all happy that this news has come out because he doesn't want to be associated with Blair, who is, I suppose, let's be honest.
In the leadership election.
Exactly. So that's the Times. It's also on the front page of the Daily Telegraph. Blair's revenge on Brown puts Labour on the brink of civil war. And there's another man on the front page, the former opponent, the former Tory leader, William Hague. And he is indeed in a lot of, I suppose, embarrassment and trouble. It seems there are rumours that he may have had a gay affair with a 25-year-old aide with whom he shared a hotel room during campaigning. He strongly denies this. That's on the front page of the Daily Telegraph. Let's have a look at the front page of The Guardian. I did not improperly hire aide who shared my room.
Absolutely intriguing.
This was a twin bedroom during the campaign, and it seems that other aides were staying in another hotel, and this is the basis, on which they're building this claim. The Daily Mail focuses on what Hague was shifting the focus more to his marriage and their attempts to have a child. Our baby agony by the Hagues. Now we'll finish with the front page of the Times. Hawking, this is Stephen Hawking. God did not create the universe. I was thinking if
exclusive there.
Exclusive
for the Times.
indeed. They're saying it's kind of what Darwin did for biology. They're saying Hawking is now doing for the creation of the universe. He said it was all spontaneous. God wasn't involved at all. And I was wondering if they invited him to the peace talks with the Palestinians and the Israelis, would he be very welcome, or would he just be perhaps, I suppose, somebody for everyone to point the finger at and be unhappy with? But in any case, I'm not sure he'd be an appropriate guest.
An interesting proposal there, James. Thank you very much indeed for that look at all today's international headlines.
You were watching In the Papers, presented by Pullman Hotels.